Okay, so today we're gonna be making some burrito bowls. I am not gonna do it with the chicken breast because my girlfriend wants to have some and she is a vegetarian, so I'm gonna do some with tofu for her and then some with chicken breast for me. I already have some pre-cooked chicken breast. I have these from Costco, so I'm gonna add these in later, and then we're gonna cook up some tofu for her. I don't know if I'm gonna put that in the video or not. But I'm gonna show you guys how to make the base of the burrito bowl, which is literally just rice, vegetables, and then we're gonna add in a secret ingredient, which is not that secret, it's low-fat cottage cheese to make it more creamy, cheesy, and it's gonna bump up the protein a lot as well. So this is a hack, and I'm gonna show you guys how to make your recipes higher in protein and taste a little bit better as well. Okay, so what you're gonna need for the recipe is 2 cups of rice. You're gonna need some onion, some garlic, limes, cilantro. This is optional. This is just some like pico that we're gonna add in after. Avocados we're gonna add in after. To cook the rice in, we're gonna do some veggie stock. Obviously the cottage cheese. We're gonna add some serrano chilies. Again, these are optional. And then to add into the Instant Pot, we want to add in 2 cans of diced tomatoes with green chilies. These are gonna be drained. 1 can of corn. 2 cans of black beans, drained and rinsed as well. And that is pretty much it. We're gonna add some cheese in when it's all done and then add the cottage cheese in afterwards. Okay, so let's get cooking. I'm just gonna add in, actually I'm gonna do drain the beans first because these, I like to rinse these pretty good. Get rid of all that nasty bean water. This is the stuff that makes you fart. Like if you notice you're farting a lot after you eat beans, it's probably because you're not rinsing your beans enough. Okay, that's good. And then we're gonna add in diced tomatoes, 2 cans of those, 1 can of corn. Boom. So these are our veggies we're gonna add in later. Then we want to chop up our garlic and onions and all that. If you guys don't know how to chop up an onion, I'm gonna break it down really quick and simple. So you want to peel the onion like this. Get all your skins out of the way. Then, I won't come from this side actually because I'm a lefty. Then what you do, keep your palm on it like this. Here you go. You know, I didn't cut all the way through it. I'm only cutting like 80% of the way through it. And then you go this way. Again, I'm not cutting all the way to the end here. And then you get the claw technique. Good. That's how you dice an onion. All right. So we're gonna actually dice up 2 onions because I like a lot of onion, and then we're gonna mince up some garlic and some serranos. So we'll just cut that so you guys don't have to watch me doing that. All right. So we're gonna use. Come here. We're gonna use the saute function on the Instant Pot. So you just click saute. You don't have to do this in the Instant Pot. You can do it with something else. We're gonna add, let's see, we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of oil, which is gonna be for this whole recipe. So not a lot of oil at all. If we need to add another tablespoon, we will. What we're doing right now is we're just sauteing the vegetables. So we're going to go with the serranos. The garlic, normally I do the garlic separately, but because it's an Instant Pot, you can just kind of do it all at the same time. This is awkward. While that's heating up, we're just going to add in 1 teaspoon of salt. All right, what you want is you kind of just want everything to soften up. Once it softens up, we're gonna add in our rice. All right, so we're gonna add in our 2 cups of rice. Once everything's softened up, and then we're just gonna kind of mix this around. We want the rice to get a little bit toasted, which may take a little while. But yeah, we'll come back in a few minutes to see if it's getting any color. All right, so once you see there is some color in the rice, you probably can't see that on the camera, but we don't want it to burn. So now we're gonna go in with our 5 cups of veggie stock. And this is gonna kind of deglaze all that caramelization from the onions. That's 1. So 1 carton is gonna get you about 4 cups. And then we're just gonna do 1 extra cup of water, which we're gonna season this up anyways, so it's gonna have lots of flavor. So now we're gonna mix all this up. We're gonna add in our corn, our tomatoes, our beans, everything. Boom. Good, we're gonna mix that up. And we wanna season this too. Okay, because this doesn't have a lot of seasoning, so. Alright, so we're gonna add in, actually I'll just measure it. I know you guys are gonna want measurements. So we're gonna do another teaspoon of salt. So that's 2 teaspoons of salt. We're gonna do 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika. You can use regular paprika if you want. I have smoked, so that's what I'm using. We're gonna do 2 teaspoons of onion powder. This stuff is almost gone. Oh, it's like all clumped together. Okay, it's about 2 teaspoons of onion powder. Then we're gonna do 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. Doesn't have to be perfect. And this is very important, okay? You guys wanna do 2 teaspoons of Mexican chili powder. Perfect. All right, then what we're gonna do is just mix that up. Make sure we break up all those clumps of weird onion powder.
Here's Meet Me Halfway by Black Eyed Peas.
The hell? Okay. Then we're gonna put the lid on and then come over this way so you can see what I'm about to do. And we are gonna put it on, we're gonna put it on bean and chili. Let's see, cancel, there it is. We're gonna put it on bean and chili. This will give us like 30 minutes. Oops. So give us like 30 minutes. And then, why isn't it starting?
No, hit that again, and then do pressure cook.
Where does it say pressure cook? Oh. Why does it say?
It'll start.
Okay. Anyways.
Sorry, there was a problem with Apple Music.
Alright, so we're gonna let that pressure cook for like 30 minutes and then we'll come back. Oh, you know what we're gonna do? we're gonna make a sauce. Okay, so everything's cooked. So this actually took way less time than I thought it was going to. It took about, how long would you say, like 15 minutes? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it took about 15 minutes, and it's delicious. I honestly don't even know if I'm gonna change the seasonings in it at all or add any more salt. It's delicious the way it is, but we are gonna make a sauce using cottage cheese. This is what's gonna make it a little bit higher in protein, as well as adding in chicken, tofu, whatever you wanna add. But a lot of people, they don't know how to make sauces, and so I wanna teach you guys like the basics of how to make a couple sauces whenever I do like a recipe video. I wanna make a sauce with it, because that is, like, people know how to cook beans, they know how to cook rice, like they know how to do the basics, right? But they do not know how to make things a little bit more flavorful with like different sauces and seasonings, and how to actually make their food taste good. So we're gonna first blend up the cottage cheese, and we have a little bit of cilantro. We're gonna do like a cilantro-lime jalapeno type sauce. Where's my microplane? Okay, this is called a microplane. It you can zest lemons and limes with it. So we're just gonna get like a little bit of that. See that zest? That's kind of what you want, is like a good amount of that in there, as well as the juice. Now, if you don't have a zester, you could just skip this step and you could just do some lime juice, but this is just like if you want to go the extra, you want to get a little bit extra and you want to go the extra step just to give it a little bit even more flavor. And then we're gonna do the juice of a whole lime in there. And a lot of people are like, Jeff, are you following a recipe? And I'm like, no. This is just, I'm cooking from the soul. When you cook from the soul, you don't need a recipe. It's all in here. It's all in here. We're gonna add a pinch of salt. And then we're gonna blend it. We're gonna see if it tastes good. If it doesn't taste good, we're gonna fix it. Make it taste better somehow. We might add some vinegar. Okay, see that? Now, just from looking at that, I'm thinking to myself, that is way too thick. So, what we're gonna do is, where's the pickled jalapenos? Okay, so, these are pickled jalapenos. I like these. The juice is not spicy, it's basically just vinegar. So we're gonna add just like a little bit of that. See if we can get it to loosen up a bit. Jesus. Oh yeah, it's getting there. It's bomb. Try it.
Super good.
Really good, right?
Super good.
Do you think, okay, we're gonna add a little more vinegar, give it like a little bit more of a punch, and then a tiny bit of water too, just to get it to loosen up a bit more. It's just, I know that once it sits in the fridge, it's gonna get even thicker, so I just don't want it to be too thick. Okay, so this is our sauce. This is our lime crema, high protein. So you can use like as much of this as you want, pretty much. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna assemble a bowl. So we've got we want a healthy portion of this. Boom. That's just the beans and rice and corn. And then I'm gonna add chicken to mine. And some cheese. A little bit for mellow. Okay, we're gonna add some to the bowl. Probably about like 28 grams of, this is just mozzarella. You can use whatever kind of cheese you like. Or microwave this, heat it up a little bit. Then on our bowl, I personally like some cilantro, a little bit of this salsa right here, and then some avocado. So, I'm gonna use some of those. What's up, Mo? Oh, 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 oh. What I like about these two is it adds like some color. Okay, so we got our bowl. And then we're gonna go in with some of that sauce. Everybody's watching. I know, I'll get you some too. And then we're gonna go with some of the avocado right there. Some of that cilantro. And then a little bit of this stuff as well. This is kind of just a salsa you can just add like that. So, boom, there's our bowl. And we have so much of this stuff that we could make probably like 10 or 12 bowls, to be honest. So, I mean, that's just all the cooking and hard work is done. All you have to do is add the chicken. You can cut up some avocados, but pretty much everything else, you have the sauce, you have everything else already prepared. So yeah, that's how you make a delicious burrito bowl in probably like less than half an hour. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you guys next week.